My family recently decided to all go on a bike ride. So Michael and I and our 11-year-old twins, we all get on our bikes and we leave the community, and to get to the bike trail is about a mile away, but there's a gradual incline on this whole way up to the bike trail. So we make our way out. The kids and I are huffing and puffing because it's all an incline. Michael is just kind of like, floating along like it's nothing. And the reason why is because Michael's on an electric bike. He has the assist on. If Michael did not have that assist, he would have been huffing and puffing and struggling like we all were too. So he didn't have to rely on the sheer power of his own muscles. But the power of the assist made his job much easier. He had an unfair advantage with that assist. So hormones are very much like the assist on that electric bike. It helps in creating and maintaining that sexual desire a much easier thing. It allows a man to not have to do so much work. So sure, when the hormones are great, it makes your job easier and you don't really have to build the necessary muscles to create the sexual desire because you have a helper. So when a woman gets to a certain age where her hormones are less, or when she gets to menopause and they just die all together, but now it's much more difficult because you have not been training over the years and strengthening that sexual desire muscle. You have relied too much on the assist. So your sexual desire muscles are not properly trained, and now everything is much more difficult. It takes effort, it takes energy, it takes intentionality. So regardless of how you got here, now you have actually just 3 options. The first option is to just keep riding the bike. And the downside of this is that it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time to redevelop these muscles. You might be sore. It's going to take effort. The second option is that you get rid of that bike and you get a new bike with a new fully loaded assist. So you don't have to take the time to train your muscles. You can just rely on the new assist. The downside to that is that that new bike eventually will become an old bike as well. And then your only course is to continually buy new bikes. The third option is to keep the bike, but decide not to ride it. The downside to that is that you have this fun activity that you used to really enjoy, and you just decided it's easier to give it up than to put in the effort. So men, your power assistant has died. Her hormones, the thing that have been helping to create the sexual desire and attraction to you, is no longer as helpful, or it could just not be there altogether. And let me be very clear, this does not mean that she does not love you. It does not mean that she doesn't look at you and think you are handsome and attractive. So men, it's natural when you are being constantly rejected to take it personal. And the constant rejection is so difficult to take that many of you have opted out and said, I'm just going to stop initiating. Like, I'm done here. But if you can try and take her rejection as not a rejection of you, but maybe of her hormones or lack thereof rejecting you, maybe it will be a little bit easier for you to not take so personally. And really what you have not realized up until now, which is the whole point of me trying to tell you guys this, is that you were probably the passenger. The hormones were probably the one driving the car the whole time. And now that they're not there, now you have to step into the driver's seat. When her hormones finally die, when she finally hits menopause, this is truly the first time it really is all on you. And I don't even think that's a fair statement, because part of that comes from inside in her mental mindset. But this whole time, your ego was taking it that you were the problem when really the hormones were in the driver's seat and you were just along as a passenger. Well, now guess what? You are in the driver's seat.